Good morning, young scientists. Welcome back to another exciting science class. In our previous lesson, we learned about plant parts, different types of roots, and how leaves prepare food. Today, we are going to explore something even more interesting. Have you ever wondered, why are fruits usually sweet? How do plants prepare food without a kitchen? Why are plants called food producers? And do plants breathe just like we do? Today, we will discover the answers to all these questions. Let's begin our exciting journey into the world of food and plant processes. Before we start, let's look at today's learning goals. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain how fruits store food, identify flowering and non-flowering plants, understand why plants are called autotrophs, explain the process of photosynthesis, describe respiration in plants, and write the photosynthesis equation. Keep these goals in mind as we move through today's lesson. Let's begin with fruits. What is a fruit? A fruit develops from a flower. Its two main jobs are protecting the seeds and storing food for the baby plant. Think of a fruit as a lunchbox that safely carries food for the seed. Some examples are mango, tomato, lemon, grapes, corn, and peas. Plants also store food in different parts. Roots, carrot, radish. Stems, potato, ginger. Leaves, spinach, cabbage. Fruits, mango, apple. Seeds, wheat, peas. So remember, plants store food in different parts to help them grow and survive. Now let's classify plants into two groups. The first group is flowering plants. These plants produce flowers. The flowers later become fruits. Inside the fruits are seeds. Examples include rose, sunflower, mango, tomato, wheat, and maize. Now let's look at non-flowering plants. These plants do not produce flowers. Most of them reproduce using tiny structures called spores instead of seeds. Examples include fern, moss, pine, cycas, and liverwort. Here's an easy trick to remember. Flowers lead to fruits. Fruits contain seeds. No flowers usually means no fruits, and reproduction happens in a different way. Now let's learn an important scientific word, autotroph. Can everyone repeat? Autotroph. Excellent. The word auto means self. Troph means feeding. So an autotroph is an organism that prepares its own food. Plants are autotrophs because they make food using sunlight. Animals cannot do this. Animals depend on plants or other animals for food. That is why animals are called heterotrophs. For example, a tiger, a cow, a human being, all are heterotrophs. But every green plant is an autotroph. Without plants, there would be no food chain. Now let's understand the most important process in plants. Photosynthesis. Let's learn it step by step. Step 1. The roots absorb water from the soil. Step 2. The leaves capture sunlight using chlorophyll. Step 3. The leaves take in carbon dioxide from the air. Step 4. Using sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide, the leaf prepares food called glucose. At the same time, the plant releases oxygen into the atmosphere. Let's remember this process like a recipe. Water, carbon dioxide, sunlight, become glucose, and oxygen. This amazing process is called photosynthesis. It is one of the most important processes on Earth because it gives us food and oxygen. Now let's write the photosynthesis equation. Don't worry, you don't have to memorize every chemical formula today. Just understand what it means. 6 molecules of carbon dioxide plus 6 molecules of water, along with sunlight, produce glucose, which is the plant's food, and oxygen. This process happens only in green leaves because they contain chlorophyll. It also needs sunlight. Without sunlight, photosynthesis cannot happen. So the simple equation is water plus carbon dioxide plus sunlight become food and oxygen. Very simple. Now let's compare two important processes, photosynthesis and respiration. Photosynthesis happens only during the day because it needs sunlight. During photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen. They also prepare food. Now let's look at respiration. Respiration happens both day and night. Plants take in oxygen. They release carbon dioxide and water. Respiration uses the food prepared during photosynthesis to release energy. So remember one simple rule. Photosynthesis makes food. Respiration uses food to release energy. Both are equally important for the survival of plants. Now let's see how much you've learned. Question 1. Which process happens only during the day? Think carefully. Correct. Photosynthesis. Question 2. Which of these are non-flowering plants? Rose, fern, mango, or moss? Excellent. Fern and moss. Question 3. Complete this equation. Water, carbon dioxide, sunlight. Become, yes, glucose and oxygen. Last question. Where does the potato store food? Very good. In the stem. Wonderful work. Now it's your turn to apply today's learning. First, write the photosynthesis equation neatly in your notebook. Next, identify flowering and non-flowering plants from the given pictures. Then complete the textbook questions. Remember to write neatly and explain your answers in complete sentences whenever possible. Take your time and think carefully. Let's revise today's lesson. Fruits develop from flowers. They protect seeds and store food. Flowering plants produce flowers, fruits, and seeds. Non-flowering plants do not produce flowers. Plants are autotrophs because they prepare their own food. Photosynthesis prepares food using sunlight. Respiration uses food to release energy. Photosynthesis happens during the day. Respiration happens day and night. These are today's most important ideas. Let's quickly check what you've learned today. Question 1. Which plant reproduces using spores? That's right, fern. Question 2. Which gas is released during photosynthesis? Correct, oxygen. Question 3. A plant that makes its own food is called? Excellent, an autotroph. Question 4. Respiration happens only during the day, only at night, or both day and night? Yes, both day and night. Question 5. In which part of the carrot is food stored? Correct, the root. Wonderful, everyone. Today we learned about fruits, flowering and non-flowering plants, autotrophs, photosynthesis, and respiration. Keep observing the plants around you, because every plant has an amazing story to tell. See you in the next class. Goodbye, young scientists.